right now in Butler, Pennsylvania, President Trump is back at the exact place where he was shot.
Wow.
In July 15th. Yeah.
That's pretty brave, actually.
It's insane.
Crazy.
He's gangster.
He's surrounded in bulletproof glass. I guess like they just did a moment of silence for the guy who died, like Corey Composure. I think I messed that up, but Composture, I think.
Yeah. Like the guy that not the guy that shot him.
The guy who got shot protecting his wife and kid.
Yeah.
The firefighter.
The collateral guy.
He Composure, I believe, but he was just they did a moment of silence for him.
That guy's a hero, man.
For real.
They actually have Secret Service agents on the sloped roof this time. Wow. I saw a picture of it.
And actual Secret Service and not Homeland Security, right?
They have anyone in the water tower?
Expand.
What?
Expand.
No, what?
So Trump's back in Butler. What do we think about this? Is this a political stunt? Is this, a show of bravery? What is this?
It's a power move.
You think so?
Yeah, of course. Like, this is where it happened, and I'm coming back, and I'm going to show the world that I'm coming back. And to show that I'm not scared, I have no fear, and you almost have to go back. Yeah. Not going back would have made him seem weak, and I think he had to go back. It was very calculated at the same time. For the people that were there, that were a part of it, they probably really wanted him back. So it's kind of a win-win. There's no way to spin this in a bad way, And
it's probably really safe now.
So he's surrounded in bulletproof glass, yeah. So, but
all his outdoor rallies, he's had bulletproof glass ever since.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of. We live in a time now where there's 2 attempts on the guy's life, and I don't know how serious the second one was.
The golf course one?
Yeah.
Anyone know more information?
So the guy was in the bushes at the golf course for like 12 hours or something like that with a rifle.
Jeez. What do you hear? What did you hear about the letter that he wrote?
Crazy.
That was like, somebody else has got to pick up where I left off if I failed type stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What?
It's like manifesto
He
thing.
offered $100,000 to anybody who does the job, who finishes the job.
He was a Hawaii resident too, so I think he traveled pretty fucking far.
Yeah, they actually just found out. The federal government asked to delay his sentencing or his case, not sentencing, because they found more information, including like that he had 6 cell phones.
Whoa.
Who's he talking to?
How did he have 6 cell phones, bro?
That's crazy, dude.
Maybe he's like a big time player and he has too many girlfriends.
It's mostly side chicks.
Like that type, huh?
I don't know, dude. Living in Hawaii? Come on, dude.
He also went to Ukraine, right?
He did.
Too many girlfriends.
He was actually helping to recruit people, like civilians, to go fight in Ukraine.
I think he was trying to fight in Ukraine, but they also said, man, you old and weak, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly. So then
it's hilarious,
they
dude.
put him in recruiting, and that's why everyone thinks he's a spook, because that's like, recruiting is like, why would he be doing that?
Because he was too old and weak to fight, and they're just like, get out of here, like, you're gonna drive us
This
down.
is how you can help. But then you have to have a lot of resources and like the ability to. Yeah.
He had 6 cell phones. That's a
No,
lot.
that's what I'm saying.
Did he even have the $100K to pay someone, or is that just?
I think it was 150.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
And there's conspiracy that says, and we love conspiracies here, but they were talking about like he didn't write that shit. The feds wrote that and like released it in order to like have people.
That's what blows my mind, because we all know that there was like a shooting, a year ago maybe, something like that. Remember that shooting where they had a manifesto of this, kid who like basically said why they did it, and the feds wouldn't release it.
Oh, the Nashville shooter.
That's right.
Trans shooter.
The Nashville trans shooter. And then with this, why the hell do they release the letter about him saying like
right away?
Yeah, please, like if you can kill Trump, I'll pay you.
With the reward, like
that blows my mind. I don't even know how you can call that a conspiracy.
Comparing anything to the Nashville shooting is weird because they didn't release a lot of info from that.
Well, there have been leaks of the manifesto. On
It
the
finally
Nashville
came
shooting.
out.
Yeah.
It actually came out like.
And then you
3
kind of
weeks ago.
understand, considering mainstream narrative, why they hid it away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Were they mad about Friends being canceled and stuff, or like?
That's a huge point. Yeah.
Remember.
Caps locks.
Okay.
Why?
What else did it say?
The manifesto.
Yeah.
It was basically not fitting in that that she, he. I'm not sure. I don't want to mess it up.
I think he.
Oh, sorry guys. She, he.
Yeah.
I don't know which one it was
But
supposed to be.
like wanted to like have a different dick or something. Didn't want a dick, I think.
It was a lot of trans ideology.
Different dick.
Yeah.
Me too, man. Sign me up.
And you know that they hate me and that I hate them and I'm gonna take them out. It was a lot of. It's exactly what you think it would have been if they're gonna hide a trans manifesto. The narrative in there would have been okay. That makes sense that they hid it because they don't want to promote anything anti-trans.
Weird.
Yeah.
Where were you when Trump got shot at?
I was home. I remember people texting me and said, "Hey, guess what?" And I'm like, turn on the news, like, holy shit.
Wow.
It's wild, right? I mean, it's
wild.
gonna be the marker of our life, of our generation. Because before, a lot of people was, where were you during 9/11?
Yeah.
And then generation before, it's, where were you when JFK got shot? And a lot of people could be, where were you when Trump got shot?
But you know what's weird?
Don't
though?
skip the word when Michael Jackson died. All right, go ahead.
I thought that it was such a monumental moment. I thought it was such a big moment that we'd still be talking about it, but they blew over it in like a couple days. And I was like, what?
It cycled
What
out.
the
After the RNC, it went away.
It cycled out hard.
They said it was staged.
That's pretty crazy. They still do.
Dude, it's
I was
so
there for the memes.
crazy.
Where were you?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, you don't remember?
No.
That's awesome.
But that, yeah.
Where were you when Kobe died?
I know exactly where I was. Kobe died.
Me too.
Where?
I know exactly.
I
what
was
it
at the LA Fit Expo. That shit was crazy.
Oh,
No, we
damn,
were
that
at-
must have been sad. You were at.
I was at, you were at Tony Robbins. I was at the LA Fit Expo. I left early.
You were
Remember?
at Tony Robbins?
We were at a Tony Robbins seminar, but I had to leave early to do the Fit Expo.
So I was in Florida at a Tony Robbins seminar, and then at break, Tony Robbins went to the back, and I thought he was gonna address it when he came back, but he didn't.
Really?
Or maybe he did, but I forgot.
Great story.
Really minor detail.
This place, I used to live in this place in Valley Glen that had like a taco spot like within like 100 steps or some shit. And I was going to get some tacos and it was so sick. And then I looked at my phone and my buddy texted me that Kobe died and I was just like, I wasn't even hungry after that.
Yeah.
Do you think that the world now is just so used to constantly crazy shit going on every week, from wars to whatever to terrorist attacks, that like they're so desensitized? Because I thought that an assassination attempt for a president would be going on for months and like
Yeah.
like
And the
just be big
investigation.
news.
I mean, they're doing that, but it's not really being
But
covered
it
that
kind
much.
of like died within a week.
So what do you think happened with that? With as far as like lapses in Secret Service and stuff like that?
Well, that day is really interesting because I've met Trump's like personal security team.
Like his personal, like not non-government
Not
issues.
Melissa McCarthy?
He has his own personal security team that travels with him.
Okay.
It's like 8 guys. They're like special ops, Navy SEALs, like the best of the best. Like these look like guys you don't want to mess with at all. They travel with him everywhere. And then he has an assigned Secret Service that travel with him everywhere. And then when he goes into a new city, they assign more Secret Service to help out. So he has like 16 guys that travel with him all the time. That's his A team. This day, his A team was not there. And they probably didn't know that till, I'm gonna say 24 hours before the event. Like, okay, take the day off. You guys have been on the road a long time. Like, we'll take care of this.
Jill Biden event, right? Nearby. Am I wrong?
I don't know.
There was a Jill Biden event nearby in Pennsylvania. Apparently that was the excuse for removing some of those Secret Service agents.
And putting him there.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that he had both them and his own private.
Yeah, he has his own team that travels with him that are
Right.
assigned specifically to him. So I think what happened was they saw that his A team wasn't there. Okay, this is an opportunity. Because you don't get this huge advance notice. Probably why the assassination attempt was so sloppy. Because if they had a lot of time to prepare, then it wouldn't have been as messy as it was. I think they had 24 hours to figure it out. They found this kid, threw him on the roof, did the thing, and they're like, whatever. We have one shot at this because when do we ever know if he's gonna not be with his A team? Because A team, they like surveil, they're like really good, they have eyes in the sky, they have satellites, they have everything. The one day, that one rally he doesn't have his A team is when this happens.
So you think like they have a list of people who they know are agitated enough, they're surveilling, and they know will do the job, and they somehow give them, like when you say they put them on the roof, like what do you think that process is?
I
Buy
recently
the ladder for him.
Well, apparently the ladder thing, I guess he didn't use that ladder or something like that.
It was a decoy.
I don't know, but there's something about the ladder.
But I heard that he was wandering around with his shot, like his rifle, for a minute. Just
people saw him.
That's a fact. Yeah.
I recently did an interview with this girl that's been studying this movement called Accelerationists.
Okay.
So Accelerationists, basically what they do is they're trying to bring down the fall of society. And it's just this leaderless movement of people online. And she calls them the Accelerationist online satanic death cults.
Wow.
Which is like a real thing apparently.
So it's like some anarchy movement to like create chaos?
They want to create as much chaos in society as possible and watch society fall. And they recruit via kids, via Roblox, Minecraft.
And then just groom them from that
They bring
age?
them into private servers and private servers on Discord. They bring them to private chats in Telegram. And they look for the most vulnerable kids. The ones that have a huge problem with society, they can't get along, and they create some sort of community with them. And then they start, hey, here's an opportunity. Maybe you should do this, maybe you should do this. And they actually do a lot of these violent actions, and it's their trophies. So they do something crazy, and they show it in the group, and they get trophies like Reddit points for doing it. So there's this entire online movement of people that do this. And she said that maybe like 40% of all mass shootings come from this. So they incentivize kids to do it and they force it. And she works with the FBI to stop some of them.
A lot of mass shooters have a similar look too.
Correct.
They got an incel look.
Yeah.
They look like basement
They recruit
dwellers.
on the incel forum.
And they're all on meds.
They recruit on the incel forum.
They look like deformed medieval peasants that just like hate their lives because they pick beets all day.
She told me about this one story where there was a guy in New York and he was trying to convince somebody to give laced candy to black kids. He was trying to mass kill a bunch of black kids in New York City.
Whoa,
The
damn.
person that he was recruiting and trying to convince to pull off this act happened to be an FBI agent. If he recruited another person, he would have killed something like 100 kids.
Wow.
It just happened to be that this kid went after the wrong person.
Someone that was
And they caught him.
undercover.
Correct. And they caught him
Wow, that's awesome.
and stopped it. So there are so many of these movements. And remember the shooting in Buffalo where the guy went around and started killing people in the supermarket? So that guy spurred from this movement.
Wow.
Meaning there is a community of people trying to incentivize people to create just ultimate chaos to bring down, and they call them accelerationists because they believe that at the end, Satan will come and he will destroy the world and that it will be the end times, and they're trying to make that happen faster.
Why? Because they want God to come?
Because they believe that if they're on the side of evil, and if evil were to win the battle of good and evil, that they're gonna get rewarded.
That's kind of like the cartel mentality. You know, they were just like, we're just gonna ditch God, because then they worship like the saint of death and like satanic stuff, because they're just like, well, we're gonna go to hell anyway, so we might as well just start worshiping them now, so that when we go, we'll be okay.
It's kind of like the Depopulation, Georgia Guidestone stuff,
Yes.
where it's like we think it's better for the world if there's way less people, and you should really just have a very small amount of people compared to the world population.
There are a lot of people that believe that because they believe that there are finite resources in the world, and if there are finite resources and not enough for everyone to have moving forward,
Then why don't they start with themselves?
remove and depopulate.
If you believe in it so much, they need to start with themselves.
Not bad.
Like, the hell?
Not bad.